Hey guys, today we decided to do a video a little bit different. We want to go through the expenses of doing bus life. We decided to do this video now because this is for us the most traumatic time of the year, because it's time to pay the ratio.
So we've had Christmas, and then we've had lots of big bills coming up, so expenses are a bit tight. We're obviously on a budget right now, but you guys will see how much we spend per month travelling around in a bus.
So if you want to do it yourself, you know what budget you will need, roughly. If you don't know what regio is a tax, an Australian tax. What is it? It's some money. It's a fee that you pay every year or every 6 months, just for to have the honor of keeping your car on the road. No one knows what you are paying with Regio, but it's expensive.
Yes. So in a bus, it's a bus converted motorhome. So registration for a bus converted motorhome is a little bit cheaper than it would be if it was a bus heavy vehicle. What we pay per month is 96 Australian dollars. Thank you, dog. We pay 96 Australian dollars per month just for the bus registration. And obviously we have a car behind us. Registration is calculated on the engine size. So we only have a 4-cylinder car. So registration is a little bit cheaper, and that is
$386 over 6 months.
So per month it's $64 a month.
We actually don't pay every month, but you pay once a year or once every 6 months.
Also, with a heavy vehicle in Australia, in Queensland, if it's registered in Queensland, you have to do what's called a certificate of inspection every 12 months to make sure the heavy vehicle is safe and roadworthy to drive on the road. We've recently done this, and it was 170.
70, stop looking at the screen.
Can't read it. So for us, the heavy vehicle certificate of inspection was $170 for this month.
It's almost everywhere in Australia, though. Apart from Western Australia, almost everywhere you have to pay for the checkup every year.
Yeah.
So if you are in Western Australia, I recommend to register your vehicle in Western Australia.
So insurance on the bus is a little bit more expensive again. It's insured for just the value of the bus itself, and it is roughly $152 a month.
And also we pay Betty's insurance. Betty is my car, and I pay $36 a month. Just so you know, insurance in Australia is not mandatory. You get the third-party insurance just that protects people. Did I say it right? Yeah. With the Regio. So the insurance is not mandatory, but is highly recommended, especially if you have, a decent vehicle.
Okay, moving on. We have a gas oven and stove in our bus. It's run by liquid petroleum gas. So roughly every month, we run out of gas. We have to replace it. We have a swap and go gas bottle system. So we take our gas bottle in, swap it over, bring it back, and it costs us roughly $35 a month. So fuel bill with the bus. Obviously the bus is a big heavy vehicle, and it uses a lot of fuel. We don't really travel all that far very fast, hence the name Travelling Nowhere Fast. But we roughly use about $200 worth of diesel fuel every month.
And we don't move much, let's be very specific. And we also have to pay the fuel for my car, which is, I don't know, if the bus is 200, my car maybe 100, but just because then we park the bus in a campsite and we go around by car.
Yeah, so roughly $300 total fuel bill a month.
So because we don't travel very far, we need to pay for campsite. There are a lot of free campsites in Australia, but you can't stay for more than 24-48 hours at a time in most of them. So we pay campsite also to spend a little bit less in fuel. For campsite we usually pay around $15 to $20. Some places with $15 will give you power and water. Some places with $15 will give you only a site.
It's per night. 15
yeah,
to
per
$20
night.
Per night. And usually if you pay for 6 nights you get the 7th night free, which is a good deal.
Yeah, this because we stay inland. We never go camping on the beach, because if you want a spot on a campsite on the beach is ridiculous. It's like $50 per night.
At least in Queensland anyway.
Yeah. So we try to stay inland, and if we go to the beach, we get the car and go to the beach.
Yeah.
We also can't free camp because we have a big bus, so you can't really stealth camp in this. But if you have a van, I had a van before meeting Aaron. I was traveling by van, and so many times I was just spending the day at the beach, have dinner at the beach. When I was ready to go to bed, I was moving my van, go in front of houses where there was no one checking. I would just go to sleep and then move first thing in the morning before doing anything else. And this was saving me a lot of money in campsites. But we decided to get a bigger vehicle to be comfortable, and that is the downside. Obviously, we need to pay for campsites and fuel, which is more expensive.
Which leads on to our next expense, which is a big one. Can be bigger, but it is food. So for us, food, we don't really eat out all that much because we're broke right now. So we tend to just go to the grocery store, buy up a big grocery shop, buy what we think we need, and obviously we don't shop every day when we're hungry, because that you spend more when you're doing that. But for us, groceries, food, sometimes, occasionally, very occasionally, like a coffee or a donut or whatever, we spend roughly about $500 a month in food.
Keep in mind that we are vegetarian, so we don't eat meat, and meat is a big expense. So most of our meals are made with any kind of legumes, couscous, rice, yeah, vegetables, fruit. We should add the expense for our mango, which is $5 each right now.
And fluff.
Also, this food is between the two of us. We don't spend much. We could spend much more, but let's say that we go to the supermarket and whatever we want to make, whatever we want to eat, we buy it. So we are careful, but not that careful, really. So activities, we need to touch on activities, but the truth is that our expense for activities is $0. Because the fun thing of traveling in Australia is that the activities are ridiculously expensive. Like, let's say that you want to go for a kayak tour, or what else can you do? A surf class, a couple of hours surf class, or a diving for a dive. That is going to be around $200 for half a day. So we don't really do many activities. If sometimes we find a kayak rental, we might hire a kayak, or yeah, usually we go in free places, national parks. We look online at what the free activities are around the area, and we just do that. To be fair, there are not even so many activities to do.
More places to see. Really.
Yeah, more places to see.
I'm playing hairdresser with a puppy dog.
I see that.
Okay, the next expense we're going to touch on is our internet and phone. So I've got a plan in place where it includes my phone data, my calls, my whatever messages, and also an extra 400 gig worth of data in a plan, and we use it on our little portable broadband device. So we get 402 gig of data. I get my phone, and that costs us $124 a month for all of that.
Plus, I pay my phone bill, which is other $50 every 42 days in my current plan.
Yep.
So about, yeah, $35 a month,
Yep.
$30 a month.
And then we've got this beast here, this big expense. She's good fun. She's relatively inexpensive. We spend money on food. She doesn't really need to go to the vet yet. She doesn't have any major problems. So we roughly spend maybe $40 a month on the dog.
She pays back in fluff.
Yep. Look at all this free fluff. Gross.
Someone told me that someone somewhere started a startup to make sweaters with dog fluff. So we can...
Sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah, we can get rich. So in total we spend around $2,000 a month. Sometimes it might be a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but it's about $2,000 a month, Australian dollars. So keep in mind that we are in Australia, we talk about money in Australian dollars. There's $2,000 between the both of us, so around $250 a week each. So that's it guys for this video, we hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next week with a new vlog. We want to do a video about what we do to make money on the road, so let us know if you are interested in the comment.
Yeah, because my mum thinks I'm just on welfare. Poor mum.
Which we are not, a spoiler.
Yeah, if you like the video, make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, make sure you share it among your friends, and then give us any ideas. Maybe we've missed something or you'd like to see something in the future, let us know in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.